House Joppa afternoon drive. It's starting to feel a little bit like spring out there, isn't it? The clocks did the whole spring forward thing. Hope you're all doing well out there. It's good to see you. We got ourselves a Newburyport music show here. Very excited about that. Our guest today, first time on the show, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Adam Monaco.
I'm 100 years away and left trails of light behind me. I led you while I followed. It hurts when I swallow. I'm everything you have become. You have become all that I am. I'll never say I told you so. I'm trying to get through to you. I'm drawn from my love for you. You know I'm just as scared as you. Your ghost are telling me to go. You're drawn from uncertainty. Defeat will never set you free. I'll never say I told you so. Your armor can't help you. Your tears will rust your protection. Your shadows will always stay with you. There's nothing out to get you. There's nothing out to get you. There's nothing out to get you. Fruit lies in the branches, and your hunger pulls with clarity. There's a moon behind the mother tree, and you eat with time and gravity. You know you may have fallen, you may have broken your globe. I'll never say I told you so. I'll never say I told you so.
Adam Monaco. Nicely done, sir. Welcome to Newburyport.
Hey,
how are you, man?
Good, how are you?
Great to have you on the show. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
How much of Newburyport have you actually seen so far?
When I got here, I drove around for a minute, and it was like, oh, normally when I'm coming, like I'm up through New England a lot, and I take Route 1 back, and sometimes I'll weave in and out of areas, so I feel like I've driven.
So you drive
here.
through a lot.
Yeah.
This is one of the few stops, though.
Now it's going to be a new stop.
There you go. Cool, man. Well, good. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. You guys have been busy. I know you both play all around. I first saw you briefly at the press room in Portsmouth. That's where we met.
Yeah.
Because we have some mutual friends, and they were checking you out. They said you should come join us, and I did briefly. I caught the end of your set, but you guys are great. You were playing with a duo that night.
Yeah. I was with my buddy Chris Peace.
Chris.
And then I think another friend showed up. My friend Brent Lapp just in town on he's from Philly, and he was on a work thing, and he just walks past, and and I catch him at the corner of my eye, and we look at each other, and I'm like, we just point at each other. And
were you like, wait, am I in Philly? Where am I again?
So he just comes in and starts playing too. So that ended up being a fun night.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, very good. What's the? You're writing new songs, obviously. I know you get some. You got some big news. You've been writing really new songs. You're kind of holding onto the big release dates. What's the deal with when you dropping all this music?
Yeah. So I guess I'll start from September 1st. I released a single, an instrumental song called "The Willows."
Okay.
And that's out now. That's on all the streaming platforms.
Very good.
And now I have a new song called "Nevermind" that's coming out, and we're going to give it a little bit of a push. It has a beautiful video and that came along with it, and that's going to be out on April 7th.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so all through April you can get this thing.
Yeah, all through April.
You spring into this. All right, very good. What has been were these pandemic written?
Let's see. Yeah, Nevermind.
It happened to be.
Yeah, it was. I was with with a friend, and she was like, oh, check out, the Tuning Dad Gad. And I was like, I've been in it before, but I don't do alternate tunings as much as I should, because whenever I do, I end up loving it, but then I don't write something on it. I just play and space out on it for a while. I'm like, oh, that's cool, I love that, and then I go about my day. But I ended up putting something in Dad Gad, and then I started, playing these chords, and my wife was like, that sounds really cool. I was about to put the guitar down, and I was like, oh, and then I ended up writing this song, and
it just kind of came quickly,
and it just came, and finished it in like maybe a half hour or so. Yeah.
Wow.
It was like, and then fine-tuned over the course of some weeks.
They don't always happen that quickly, do they?
No. Some songs will take a year or 2 years, or you play them and then you don't like them, but then one day you end up just kind of doing it, or you're sitting with people and you play it and they're like, oh, that's actually really good, and you're like, well, should I bring that back to life, or and so there's songs all over, and they don't always.
Every time I think about that, I think of like I always remember Neil Young talking about songwriting and song recording too, and he likes those. He says if they happen quickly and naturally, he's like, that's better for me. But then there's other artists who like will grind for years and years, put things down and come back to them, put it down, and then sit down and still not be there. There's no right way to do it, but
it's such an interesting process, and I think I'm just trying to. I have friends that are just super prolific, and they just write every single day, and I'm not that way.
You're not that way.
And I'm trying to be. So my buddy started. He's like, well, look, let's do a song club every week.
Oh.
And we'll just, because he writes constantly, and and he's like, let's help. Let's get those. Because I'm like, I always need something to
push
happen. And he's like, no, just have fun with words and just have a good time and put things together. And actually, so we started every Tuesday, we get together and we do like a song club, and he prompts things, or we'll like look at pages and books and we'll underline our favorite phrases, and then like we'll create songs. And actually this first song I just played was a song that came out of that.
No kidding.
Which was really cool.
That is cool.
And that's, brand new song.
Nice. What was it called?
Never Say I Told You So.
I could have guessed, but I didn't want to guess wrong, so there you go. You can we'll be good with the graphics too, don't worry, folks. Sarah's great at that. Sarah Blackstone are doing the whole thing back here again. Sarah Hayden's in the house, our small but mighty team here in Newburyport. That's what I say. We're small but mighty.
No, you are.
You're comfortable here.
It's beautiful in here.
It is. It's great. Isn't it? The room sounds good too.
Oh,
I mentioned your guitar before you even jumped on the show. You were just strumming around, and I love the sound of that Gibson.
This Gibson is such a treat in my life. My aunt worked for the Mandolin Brothers she ran it for like 30 years. She was
their story there, by the way.
Oh my goodness. And she is no longer with us, but before she passed, my uncle passed this guitar to me. It was a gift from Gibson to her, because she was one of the top sellers in, I don't know, I think like the world. I mean, like the Mandolin Brothers was a pretty, you'd go in there and there'd be like the Rolling Stones would be like trying out a guitar and stuff, Not that I was there, but I heard stories. I know a friend who knows a friend who knows a friend. No. So that's how, and then this fell in my lap, and then I had to get it adjusted because it sat for a long time. So there was a lot of like fine tuning that I needed to do to it.
It's gorgeous.
I'm glad I have it.
What was your aunt's name?
I'm sorry.
What was your aunt's name?
Oh, Janet.
Janet. All right. So Janet passed it down. That must have meant a lot to you, huh?
I was just like blown away that I had it, that I got this.
And they said you were the guy. It's going to you.
I mean, because I guess I'm like in the family, I'm like I think I'm like one of the only ones playing.
Is that right?
So,
yeah. Some families, everybody plays around the campfire. Others, you're taking the mantle. There.
So it's being put to use. I'm
sure she's thrilled about that up there somewhere. Well, that's cool. What's what's the biggest difference playing like around here, Newburyport, New England, compared to Philly? Do you get do you have a bigger fan base in Philly? I'm guessing a lot of, even if it's just friends and family, or.
I mean, no, there's an established thing going on in Philly. It's not, I'm not like, huge and like, you know, have thousands of people coming out. But I do have like a good following in Philly, and I've been making trips out to like through the New England area for years, just like planting roots and seeds and meeting people. And I met what really kind of got everything going is, I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 years of just going to Portland, Maine, and going to different areas. And a friend of mine, Mike Maurice, I don't know if you know him.
I don't know Mike.
Oh, yeah, he's a.
Should I know Mike?
Yeah, he's. You got to have him on the show.
All right,
he's like
fine. There
amazing.
We go. That's how this show works.
Oh my gosh.
Pass the baton to the next person.
And he just released an EP, and I do some bass on that and stuff. But he's walking down the street one day, and I just rolled into Maine, and I'm like, hey. Where are you going? I pulled over and asked him where he was. He had a guitar on his back and he was juggling. And I was like, I want to be friends with this guy. So I said, hey, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to do some busking. I was like, you want to be my friend? And he was like, yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
So we exchanged numbers. Cars are honking, and I said, hey, I'm going to find an open mic tonight, and let's meet there. I'll text you. So I found an open mic in his own town. I was like, hey, and Bullfini's, I think that's where it was.
Okay, yeah.
And then that's where we met Jake McCurdy, and then, and the crew.
Yeah.
And then just stuff started and that's when like friendships were being built, and like, you know.
I think it's just out of the camera's view, but if you look over your left shoulder, there's a sticker of Jake.
Oh
McCurdy
yes,
there.
I see those stickers.
Yeah, I think it's gonna become a thing. I think Steve was the first one. Steve Dennis put a sticker up there. And then I think it's going to start building now. So anybody with stickers, bring them on in.
Yeah, I got to get one.
Sure.
I'd like to put one here.
Do you naturally carry stickers, or is that a Steve and Jacob thing?
Yeah, I don't have stickers. Yeah. And I'm working on some merch stuff right now. I want to have like mugs.
Mugs, I like that idea. We'll take mugs.
You know,
we'll take
all right, cool. I'll give you a mug.
Well, the other thing we did, we started to get records on the wall, and people, if you bring in a record, I said, you know what, let's just have people start signing them. I think that'd be good.
That's a great idea.
Right?
Yeah, and you don't have a signing wall.
No, we could.
This place is so nice. Sarah, I'm like, I don't know if you'd want to like.
The boss Sarah's like, did he just talk about signing the wall?
Oh yeah, because I'd love to start that right over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Even behind you is good.
It might not be a bad idea. It might be a cool visual. We'll talk. But if you guys decide, then I gotta drive down here and be the first one to sign it, because
once we like you, like we do,
okay.
You're already roped into a second show.
Awesome.
So people don't just come on once.
All right, cool.
I annoy them forever. After
awesome.
That's how this whole thing goes.
I love that.
Again, Adam Monaco joining us out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in town, doing a few shows, and plays here a lot. So go follow. Where do we follow you if you want to post? You want to sell some Instagram stuff or whatever?
Yeah, well, adammonaco.com is my website.
Good website. You good with the website?
Yeah.
That's good.
And I've just kind of done some updating, and I'm kind of an email list pusher.
Okay.
Like more than social media. Go to Instagram, Adam Monaco Music, and Spotify. Music. Whatever streaming platforms. I have the Willows out. But I really love pushing. I like when people sign up for the mailing list. And
you're gonna search Adam Monaco. Are we friends on Instagram? I'm searching.
We better be.
I hope so. I meant to be. I feel like I've been down this road before. Adam Monaco Music. We got a lot of. We are not.
Oh well.
I'm doing it right now.
All right, then I'll follow you.
There we go. It's as soon as my fingers don't. I play a little guitar too. I get a little callous. It can be
I know.
tough sometimes.
That actually, I go through that.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
I tell people that's like the hardest. Would you agree that can be like when you're getting going, one of the deterrents to learning guitar is like it can hurt sometimes.
Oh yeah. You know? And there's just there's certain songs where like maybe I'm like holding a chord for a while.
Yeah.
And you're just like holding in and you're.
I'm bleeding now. Why did that happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my tailor has like blood inside. I used to strum so hard.
Oh yeah.
And it was crazy, and I would just like my fingers would. That's all right.
That's funny. Well, it's you're playing stuff. Is this all gonna be? What's coming up next? Is this going to be a newly released one, or is this an older one, or what do you got next for us?
I guess I'll play.
You said you're going to kind of wing the set list, which I kind of
yeah. I have.
I like it when people do that.
No idea what I was going to play, like at all.
Some people come in very scripted, and others are like, yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I I think I'm gonna do this song called "Wish You'd Said," and yeah.
Let's not even think about it.
I'm not even gonna think about it.
Let's do it. Adam Monaco from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here in our Newburyport studios. Take it away, my man.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember these chords. It's been a while. This isn't the time to hide away. Don't be alone one more day. Let go of the wheel and learn to drive. There's something you wish you'd said. Mend it in your mind without needle and thread. You wanted to patch the lost and the dead. Come as you are, come as your friend. There's something you wish you'd said. And all inside are the highways and the unforgotten drives. Your song is the night and the lights wave, and you're missing all the sights. This is tomorrow and what's left of today, under the stars that are falling away. Nothing's been said, but there's something to say. Don't hide away. Don't hide away. Don't hide away.
Very nice. Adam Monaco, live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. Adam out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Go check him out. Sounding great in here. Beautiful.
Thanks. I totally clammed in the beginning, but we'll just keep it, I guess, right?
No, please. That sounded great. Hey, you said you were dusting that one off, huh?
Yeah. It's been. I'm still like, I kept changing it.
Yeah.
Like the beginning and the
Even way
pattern.
back?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like this is kind of a newer song, and when I'm playing it, I'm going back to the old way. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, I have a new way that I did it, but I was so in a habit of doing it the other way. So then my, like, hand clip, whatever, it's a thing.
It sounded good. I like that one. It's good. And that one's called?
Wish You'd Said.
Wish You Said.
Yeah.
All right, very good.
Yeah,
I like that. We got the graphics, too. Sometimes I just like it when the artists say it just because it's...
Oh, no, totally. And, and let everyone know, sometimes you mess up.
Yeah, and it's radio, too. So, you gotta, that's it's always good to reiterate the title.
Yeah.
But yes, again, Adam Monaco joining us here live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive from our studios in Newburyport. We love doing the live music shows here in-house. And actually, did you feel that sun today when you pulled
Oh,
up? It's
so good.
Is it me or we? It's almost feeling like we might be kind of launching into spring here.
It's happening.
I'm
It's
ready.
happening.
I'm so ready. You a winter guy, or
I like the cold.
you do like the cold?
I do.
All right. So you
Yeah, it's probably why I'm up here a lot.
you don't mind to drive in the winter? Yeah, I try not to complain too much, but I have found especially as I've gotten into my mid 30s, that I prefer the warmth.
Yeah,
I think
you do. Okay.
I'm a summer boy, I think.
When it's really hot, I'm done. I get like tired and lazy, and I'm like,
give me heat. Give me the heat.
And it's for some reason when I'm out in the cold, I feel like I come to life.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, you guys get similar. Philadelphia's similar to us as far as storms go and stuff, right?
Yeah. No, we share weather.
We share weather.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
How's the music scene in Philly? Is it would you say it's booming, or you playing all the time?
It's awesome. Yeah, no, I play all the time. I love it.
Yeah.
I do, I play all kinds of places. I also do a lot of house concerts. I host house concerts at my house. So I'll host other musicians, and and I play a lot of house concerts, and and then I'll do venues like I headline the World Cafe. I was doing that for a while. I took a little break, and now I'm kind of like releasing music. Like I've made a lot of music over the years, but I've never really released stuff. And a few things that I had up, I just took down, and I was kind of in this like start over phase. And so, but I did a lot in Philly, and there's a beautiful scene going on. I love the Philly music scene so much.
City of brotherly love.
Ah, so good. It's so good.
Everybody's nice there.
Yeah. No, it's.
I'm not kidding. I know everybody.
Was there sarcasm in that one?
You quickly looked at. I was not really being sarcastic. Might have been a little.
No, they're Philly tells you how it is. It's real.
But Boston people get that.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's probably something to say about everything, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere, in every place.
There's opinions.
There's always we're in a world of opinions.
Oh, yes, indeed.
So it's
just
like,
turn on the television.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe it's the weather too. Maybe you get a little hardened by the cold weather.
Yeah. Maybe.
Let's make that connection.
Yeah, let's the weather has an impact on our hearts, minds, and souls. So yeah.
I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
I think actually we just did a thing about the like Seattle again came in as like the most gloomy from like one of those weird surveys.
I haven't been.
There is something to that, like they say a lot of rain in Seattle, obviously, but like even here they found like I think Boston was up there, but when the sun sinks lower earlier, that affects people like negatively. They have found so
big time. Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah,
I feel that. I hate that 4:02 sun disappearing.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
When the sun's out. We're out.
Yeah, exactly. Musicians are a little bit different though, right? Because I mean, you're working into the early morning hours a lot. I don't know what time do you get up in the day? Are you an early riser? Some of you guys are.
I'm up at 7
every morning.
Late the past 4 months. I don't know what's been going on.
Even when you play?
Yeah. So if I play, I try to be done around 10, like when I'm doing things. Yeah. But yeah.
Like, you try to pick gigs.
I'm not. Yeah. Like when I'm done my gig, I go home and go to sleep.
Gotcha.
For the most part. If it was an epic show, we're all like, then we're like, all right, let's go to the diner. You know.
If you party every night after the show, it's probably going to negatively impact you. Right?
Yeah. But I typically, I'm like, if I don't get good night's sleep, I'm complain and I'm like, I'm tired and I don't want to be tired, so I'm usually like, I'm going to bed. I
know that.
But it's it's weird. I've just been getting up earlier and it's been good. Like my brain's just more active in the morning.
Yeah, it is my favorite time of day.
Yeah,
I like the sunrise. I like the.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I do like that. I don't know. That's interesting. The house concert thing. Hit me just quickly on that. I'm always fascinated by that. So you actually say you host them. So do you have the perfect house concert house?
I mean, I think so.
You think so? Yeah.
It's pretty awesome. I've been in some pretty awesome, performing in people's homes that have been pretty epic.
Up until like 5 years ago when I kind of started having musicians on, I didn't even like really know that was a thing.
I got so into it. It was like the only thing I was doing. And right before the pandemic, I booked an entire year's worth of house concerts.
Wow.
Twice a week.
How does it work
traveling
usually?
Around the East Coast?
Is it usually like, maybe this one artist has like a really core fan base and they say that would be really cool to get 12, 15 of us together to pay for this? Or how?
It's different. I mean, I've made little house concert flyers, and I reach out to people.
And you'll promote it like an actual show.
When I got into it, well, no, so that's kind of what I like about it. I think it's a good fan building activity. So
I like that, yeah.
like I reach out to people that I've been networking with over the years, and I'll say, hey, would you be interested in hosting me at your house? And most of the time they're like, yeah, of course. Like, the people, and they invite their friends over.
So you don't even care. You actually want people who have never heard
I'm playing
you.
for new people all the time. Like, that's my goal.
Gotcha.
It's just like, if I'm going to perform, in Philly, I'll try to do my 1 or 2 big shows. And, sometimes I'll do some stuff at the Sellersville Theater and I'll play and try to be active. But you also like, it's like having a big show every week or every month. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd like to be in front of new people and get different kinds of feedback and the experience. And it's like why I play. I like to be around new people and meet people and meet different communities and be a part of them.
So that's different. That's actually not what I was thinking most of those are. I was thinking most of those are probably, they must just be diehard fans and they brought that person in.
No. Some one day, but some are like, they'll have them and then some hosts will just pay, they'll be like, oh, we're not going to charge our guests. Some will say, yep, we'll charge the guests, and they'll charge anywhere from $20 to $35 a ticket. I get, the 100% of the proceeds goes to the artist. It's an hour set, and then you hang out with everyone afterwards, and you have a connection and a time. And I just feel more success out of the shows. Like I write, and I like to kind of have banter and talk to people and share stories about the songs and. We all kind of get involved together, and then, and it's a
just social
great.
night too.
You're
hosting a party.
It's so cool. Yeah. And it becomes a party after, like during, everyone's sitting, their phones are off. It's intimate.
Yeah.
There's no talking. There's no eating. There's no like, people are gonna drink, so you can't really like stop them. But, but like the eating, they're like, well,
try to make it a listening room though.
It's a listening room every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah. Huh. And there's like all these little. I read this book that Francis Dunnery put out, and called like House Concert Expert, and his manager gave it to me because I was like reached out and I was like, I love this book. She's like, here, I'm gonna give you this last one I have, and I like read it, and there's all these like guidelines and rules to it, and I didn't put them all into place in the beginning because it's like asking a host to do these get rid of your kids. Right. You know what I mean? And don't. But now after like all those things, like doing the shows and seeing those things happening, like they say don't do them outside because like you could be into a story and talking about something, and then like someone could have the lawnmower going, or the chirping bird that we love so much actually becomes a distraction. So, I'm just saying.
You don't have dogs, I take it.
No.
My dogs
I wouldn't be able to host.
My dogs would ruin a host concert. The hound dog who howls would not be good for us.
Well, you're going to have to get like a dog sitter for that day,
Yeah. Well.
No.
I don't know.
It's not for everyone.
Yes. I love the idea of it, though. I thought it was the coolest thing when I started learning about it. So.
Yeah, I love it. I really got into it, and it's been very effective. And my emailing list I get more emails at the house concerts because people are listening, and you're like hanging out, and you become friends, and it's awesome.
No, it's a great thing. Again, Adam Monaco joining us. He's out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. You ever meet who's from Philly? Let's see. We got Amos Lee. He's a Philly guy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You met him?
Yeah. I mean, I moved into the scene. Like, there was this place called the Dawson Street Pub, and right before he took off. That was like our home place to hang out, and he would play music there, and then
no kidding.
He would do surprise shows every once in a while on like a Sunday, and I was closer with his drummer Freddie Berman, and they're
good guy.
They're all awesome. Everybody, I love the Philly music scene.
That's how it always makes it so much better when the guys are actually good guys and good women. It's like. There are people that have bad days, but
No, it's
you know,
true. But
yeah.
well, there's a lot of just working with musicians. I think there's so many people that are like competitive
Yeah.
in this industry, and I always, I don't know, maybe I'm off, but I always feel like it's like the least competitive thing, because
Nobody's going to be you, right?
well, I just mean, like, if I go and do a set and it's great, and then someone else does a set and it's great, well, great, it's a great night. Like,
Yeah.
people are always like thinking they need to compete with each other, and I just think we should be like working together. I know
Yeah.
it's all cheesy.
No,
stuff,
I know.
but,
A lot of people say
you
that
know.
in here, though. It's like, it's, I mean, even like, we've had people on here that do those, whether it be a American Idol sort of contest show or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like the one thing I learned about those things is even those people that end up going on there, they're all rooting for the next person. It's a cool thing.
It is, and I really like that. I mean, I hate competitions.
Yeah.
Like, I know they have to, like, or they have their place. I just never really enjoy them, because it's like,
Yeah.
it's, to me, it's like, I don't know.
That's not what you're in it for.
Yeah, I don't know, but that's maybe a whole other show. We could talk about my thoughts on competitions.
Who else is the? Daryl Hall's like the. He's a Philly guy.
Yeah.
He's doing.
Yeah, Uncle Daryl.
Is that what we call him?
No, I'm just. Yeah, my Uncle Daryl.
Yeah, we're related. But a good talking point, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to like Hall & Oates when you come from Philly? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I already did.
Born into that?
I wasn't born in Philly. I was born in New York, Freeport, Long Island, New York.
Oh, okay. There
in
you
New
go.
York, and I was young when we moved to Pennsylvania, but and then we were out near Scranton area for
Okay.
a very short period of time, and then I ended up near Allentown, Macungie, Pennsylvania for
Oh, okay.
quite a while, and then in 2002 I moved to Philly
Gotcha.
to start doing music stuff. But yeah, I've been in Philly for a long time.
Yeah.
So.
So you're a Philly boy. It's
my home base.
You would have been able to. You already knew your Hall & Oates when you.
Oh yeah, I did. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of. It's a little bit of a different show than he does, but he's got the Live at Daryl's house, which was always one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
So here you are, live at Drew's house. So this is.
I'm at Drew's house.
Well, you know what?
I love your home.
We actually started. I added that title, but it's this is Joppa Radio and Joppa Afternoon Drive. But I added the Live at Drew's house thing because I actually during the pandemic, that's how we continued this show. I literally did it on Zoom for 2 years when we couldn't come into the studio. And maybe not quite 2, but it was a long time.
You did it though.
Did it from my kitchen, yeah. Sarah called me. I thought we were just going to be off until maybe never come back. Who knows? And Sarah called me and said, "We got to find a way to keep it going. How do we keep it going?" So
that's so
I
great.
said, "I'll set up the Zoom." We had people play. It wasn't quite as cool, but
it was so hard. Like there was a lot. I did one Zoom show during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's less than most people. Good for you.
But I was able to maintain, my music, like playing. I got lots of random gigs, like in parking lots and outdoor things, and like.
Oh, really?
And then, I don't
drive-ins?
know how.
Did you do the drive-in?
I didn't do a drive-in.
Yeah, I did a couple of those.
I want to do a drive-in.
I went to view them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was cool. It worked. I remember who was the first one I went to see? Ryan Montbleu. I went to see.
We just talked about him today. Me and Steve Dennis. I opened for him at the Tin Angel years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I brought him up to Steve recently, and he wasn't familiar.
Oh,
maybe that's what sparked
funny.
his mind.
We were just and shout out to Steve Dennis for connecting this.
Yes,
connecting us.
He gets plenty. Don't worry about it. He actually told me I had to bail on his show that you were playing in the other night recently. And he told me apparently you were going to be. He said I told him to punch you for not showing up.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I appreciate you.
He
not
told me
opening.
to say some stuff, but I was like, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
But that's his way of saying he loves you.
I know.
You know,
I feel the love.
Yeah,
he knows I would have been there if I could have. But sometimes life happens.
It does.
But yeah, no. What was I saying before that? The drive.
Oh yeah, and you saw Ryan Montbleu there.
And I actually
he puts on a great show. It was great to open in for him. It was such a good show.
Yeah,
I loved it.
He's a good dude. He's been on this show, but he's a Peabody boy. Danvers is the town over from Peabody, so we had that little connection. He's up in Vermont now, but he was playing in New Bedford, which is not a short drive from Danvers. Good 2 hours, especially in traffic time, which it was. But it was like heart of the pandemic. I remember this night. Maybe you had a few of these where I was just like itching for live music. Like it had been taken away from me. I didn't realize. Probably took it for granted. Didn't realize how much it missed. We drove down to New Bedford to go 2 hours to see him in a parking lot.
Was he with the whole band?
Just Ryan.
That must have been so special.
And it was packed, man. Other people were feeling the same way. It was a huge. It was like, and it felt like a concert. Like it was like the tailgate outside the show, and you just never had to leave the tailgate because he was going to play.
It was a concert.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was great.
Yeah.
And so it's actually one of my pandemic good memories is going to that first like drive-in concert, not knowing what it was going to be like, if it was going to fall flat or what, and it was just really cool.
That's cool.
It's a good story.
I love that. Yeah. And did you get to meet him then? You've met him. He's been here on the show.
Yeah, but we were still pretty. I can't remember if he had already done I think he had done maybe the Zoom version of the show, and that was my chance to. And I actually interviewed him for.
So during the pandemic is when you did the Zoom version of the show with him.
Yes,
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, he played too. He played. I remember that being a long show because we were just. I don't think we had anything else.
Yeah. We're like, well, we have a couple years. Let's.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, play more. Let's play some more. I was like, all right, play some more.
And his voice and his songwriting is just.
He's a good one.
He's a good one. He really is.
As are you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Do you want to play us out with one here? And the show flies by. I know it
does.
Tough to keep up.
I'll do one more. And then I'll just let everyone know, in case you don't get to air it, that I have a song out now.
Okay.
Called Nevermind.
Nevermind.
That was just released on April 7th.
All the streaming platforms.
Yeah. It's on all the streaming platforms and
you're really proud
YouTube.
of that one, so go
There's
find
a video.
it.
Yeah, well, it's like I released the instrumental in September, but like this is like my first. I feel like it's like I did that myself just to kind of get something out there and build momentum, but this kind of feels like a first-ish kind of release.
Gotcha.
And so it'll be out, never mind. So just make sure you listen to it.
Well, you know what we'll do? As I told you, when we like you, we lock you into a second show.
Oh,
so
sweet.
when you come around next time, the thing's already out there, so you'll have to be ready to play it next time.
Amazing.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
I love that.
Adam, Monaco, pleasure having you in here, man. Thanks for venturing over to Newburyport. We appreciate it so much. One big thanks to our team, the Sarahs in the house, Sarah Hayden, Sarah Blackstone. It's a quiet room today. Everybody's out working today. Those are the only two I saw. Usually we have stragglers around, but just those two today. So thank you to the Sarahs.
It was nice to meet them. You guys have been so wonderful.
We aim to please.
You do. I got a water.
You did. Yes. You can pay on the way out. Adam Monaco.
At a discounted rate.
Out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He's been great. He's going to bring us home. Live at Drew's house, Joppa Afternoon Drive. We'll see you next time, everybody. Peace.
So I'll deliver my heart like a comfortable rain. Listen to the sounds of the water wash away the pain. Stones thrown in the shadows of unbreakable lights. Caught some light in the gallows and let the memories die. I'm tired of getting stuck in my mind, hung up on nothing. I pushed myself aside. I let myself tell me to stay right where I am. Enough is enough, I won't let them win. So I'll deliver my heart like a comfortable rain. Listen to the sounds of the water wash away the pain. Stones thrown in the shadows of unbreakable lights. Shine a light on the surface and let the memories die. I'm tired of wanting more. This conjured chaos holds the floor, and I can't